minute since I've actually done a video at my desk. So we're gonna make this quick, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I really like this little setup right now. My mic is really in the way, but it kind of looks cool. It's like a little podcast, little setup. But look, today I'm gonna break down my little short, not really a short film. It's just a little cinematic piece that I put together. Really simple shoot. And the title was Filmmaking, but keeping it simple. And I really kept everything simple. My gear for this was the FX30 with the Sigma 18-35. I did use Black Pro Mist for all of these shots. That was my camera lens and filtration setup for the entire video. It was only 2 scenes, gym scene and then the bathroom shower scene. So there wasn't that much going on, but that was my camera lens and filtration setup. I only used one light. I used the Aperture 300X paired with the Aperture spotlight mount, the 26-degree spotlight mount. I did use gap tape, and then for the bathroom scene, I did use a black shirt. It was a cut-up shirt, and that was pretty much used as flagging for the Aperture 300X with the spotlight mount. I'll get into how I use that and explain why. I used what I had available to me, and I made it work. We're going to get into everything, man, and we're going to break it down. This is just showing y'all the behind the scenes for the video and how I got the certain shots. So with that being said, man, let's hop over into Premiere. All right, so we're in Premiere, and I think I'm going to turn off the sound so it doesn't mess anything up. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about the sound effects that I did use. So everything was sound effect wise from Epidemic Sound. The only thing that I found funny was when I'm gonna turn this back on. When I was trying to find some sound effects for a treadmill, because I didn't have my mic when I was doing this part, I couldn't find anything that matched the footage. There were sounds on Epidemic Sound for treadmills, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't find anything that matched what I did. But luckily, the in-body audio from the FX30 sounded good. So the audio that y'all heard from the treadmill, that's from the FX30, the in-body audio, and I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. So all of this right here, that's in-body audio from the FX30. And I tweaked it a little bit, obviously, just, you know, add a little bit of touch to it, but that's straight up from the FX30. I was like, dog, this sounds not that bad, honestly, just for this. But if I think I was talking, obviously this would sound a lot better using the Rode NTG, or what is this, NTG4 Plus with the Zoom H5. Obviously that would sound better, but it didn't sound too bad, honestly. So that's the sound for that part of the video. This right here was actual sound design from Epidemic Sound. This is like a little cycling scene right here, and I just grabbed some cycling sounds from Epidemic Sound, and I think I tweaked it just a little bit. Yeah, so I had sounds from Epidemic Sound, and then I had like some noise, like some white noise, just to add a little ambience to the sound, because obviously all of this was done in post for this scene, for the sound. So I wanted to add that noise in there. Good noise as far as sound wise. Everything, like I said, if it was not in-body audio from the FX30, was from Epidemic Sound. And the only thing that was from the FX30 was the treadmill. Everything else was Epidemic Sound. Sound design from Epidemic Sound. That's a quick breakdown of the sound. So let's get into it. I'm gonna actually come back to the gym part because I don't have any actual behind the scenes. So I'm gonna go there tonight after I shoot this, but it'll be like, the timing of it will, never mind. I'm saying way too much, but yeah, I'm gonna come back to this. So we're gonna go right into the shower. So this was my favorite scene and probably my favorite shot. I think this was my thumbnail actually right here. That part was my thumbnail. this was really cool. I really actually fucked this up. I really did. So this is how it looks without the grade on here. It's super orange. That's because I had the Aperture 300X at 2800 Kelvin. Like, that's super orange. Because in my head, I'm like, I want this to be a warmer tone video or a warmer tone scene. Dog, I almost fucked up. Luckily, shooting on the FX30 in 10-bit allowed me to change a lot. You see my temperature right here? Y'all can see my temperature right here. It's all the way at -40. So this is how it looks. It looks crazy. And then I went into my color wheels and I tweaked a couple of things as well. But man, I really almost messed up this whole scene because of me not knowing how to properly light certain stuff. And that's one thing I'm going to be practicing the next couple months because I can't have that, man. So I have the FX30 on a Junior Boom and the Junior Boom stand. Super heavy duty, right? In the behind the scenes footage, y'all probably see the Junior Boom is not fully extended out with the legs, but that's fine. That's not typically, obviously, how you want to use the stand, but I was in a very tight area. My bathroom is decent size, but with all this stuff and the Junior Boom legs, that stand is a very wide base stand, so I'm not able to extend everything out. So I just had to have it like a little teepee, and that's how I had to do it. So that was on the Junior Boom, and then on the tip of the Junior Boom, there's a little baby pin that you can extend out. And then I had this, what is this? A gobble head, and this was on the end of the baby pin of the Junior Boom. And then this right here, also going to be linked down in the description, is going to be connected to the gobble head. So that's what allowed me to connect my FX30 to this right here. For the most part, this worked. It was super sturdy, even though the Junior Boom stand was like at a weird teepee for the legs. This camera is super light, and even though it's extended, I did use a counterweight on the end of the Junior Boom, so it's not like tipping over and stuff. So that was the camera. Then for my light for this, y'all see how it's like coming down like this. So there's a light directly above me. It's the 300X with a spotlight mount. But in order for me to get this shape of the light, I had to flag it off. So that's where my t-shirt came in handy. This was just like a t-shirt that I wore one time for a party. Like, it was a super big t-shirt that I used for a party. It was for a 2000s party. And I was like, bruh, I'm never gonna wear this shirt again. So I just cut it up and I just put it into like a U shape. So that gave me my flag for the 300X, and that gave me the shape that y'all see right here, and really made this scene super moody. I got the highlights on my back. That boy back is kind of right. I was able to shape the light before I even shaped it with the t-shirt, meaning the spotlight mount has these little slits and stuff that you can, you know, change the shape of the light. So I pretty much made a beam of light, and then once I got the beam in position, I used the t-shirt to flag it off. And that's it. That's it for this shot. And then how I was able to get myself in frame, I used my phone, the Sony Creator app for the FX30. Everything was manual focus, but I needed to see how it looked because obviously I can't be looking at my screen on my camera and facing the other way. So I just used my phone, which helped me frame myself up and just try to nail my focus. It was manual focus, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Super simple, like I said, filmmaking, but super simple. This was one of my favorite shots as well. Lighting is still the same, 300X with the flag on there as well. And then all I did was I used this macro diopter set that I got from Amazon, linked in the description as well. Everything is linked down in the description. I'm gonna stop saying that. Everything is going to be linked in the description if y'all want to use the gear that I use for this. But all I did was attach this diopter magnification attachment to the front of my lens, and that's how I was able to get this macro looking shot. That shit looks cool. And then on top of that, I use Cinepac's split crystal right here. This is going to give you like that kaleidoscope effect. Damn, I've been talking for 15 minutes. Damn, I said it's gonna be a short video. It's not. But y'all see how you got that kaleidoscope type effect. Cinepac's FX30, 1835, Black Pro Mist, that magnification diopter. I think I used the 4 or the 10, which gave me that macro look, and then I used the Cinepac's filter. This is the split crystal. That's what I use, and it gave me the shot. And again, lighting is the same, and that's the video. Yeah, that's the video. Everything was a still shot, by the way. Tripod or on a joint boom. Tripod, 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 tripod again, tripod. But this was when I used that macro filter, you know? And I like these shots. The focus is not all the way there. Everything was manual focus, by the way, too. The focus isn't 100% there, but it gave off what I was needing to give off for the edit. It just gave a close-up shot, an intense shot, and it worked. This is how it looked, with just without the color grade. Just a flat log image from the FX30. This was my grade. I did add a vignette. Did I add a vignette? A very small amount of vignette. Then I did add some grain. But again, all this will be regraded in DaVinci because I am going to be using a plugin called Dehancer. And from my couple of weeks of just using Dehancer in DaVinci, yo, that's the one, bro. I'm gonna talk about that in that separate video, but Dehancer inside DaVinci is like a cheat code, bro. It's crazy. But let's go and cut to behind the scenes for this part. Hey, yo. I gotta edit this video, bro. That's all I got. I'm out of here. Bye. Deuces. Get out.